I haven't done this in a minute, but something said, do it now. So I'm doing it now. What time is it? It's now time. I'm opening a metaphysical interpretation of the Bible. Not sure what page I'm going to open to. Shuffling the pages right now. And we're just going to see. We're going to see what? Why'd you tell me to do this right now? I was about to go. I just finished my 3-day fast. I had some veggie lentil soup. I was going to bed. I was going to go take a shower. Okay. But infinite intelligence, you have something to say through a metaphysical interpretation of the Bible. Let's see what it is. I open to page 575. In Revelation 1 verse 16, John reports, "And in his right hand he held 7 stars, and out of his mouth came a sharp 2-edged sword, and his face was like the sun shining its strength." As we pointed out in an earlier chapter, the number 7 is often used in the Bible, especially in Revelation. We will find this number in many works other than the Bible, all of which pertain to the subject of spiritual enlightenment. In fact, the number 7 is in every religious text known to humankind. In this case, it is related to the energy centers that must be fully recognized and unified to activate the higher wisdom. That occurs with the rise of the Kundalini energy. We have stressed that all 7 must be used, not to just the root chakra, for it represents only the material or base need in the world from which most of us operate in all that we do. This one feeds the ego and brings forth the greatest of all illusions, self-centeredness. The root center assists us in understanding our physical aspect. The root center assists us in understanding our physical aspect only while being the seat of gratification. It is also an anchor to our mortal shell, and in our present era, it ties us to it so tightly that we seem to be unable to move up the metaphysical idea as Jacob's ladder. Unfortunately, because of this anchor, this is where the majority of us function. Fear may also be an attribute of this center. Fear will bind us as it always does, because it prevents us from being reborn into higher consciousness. The root chakra is our physical material survival center and has been since the dawn of time. We have allowed it to become dominant in far too many ways when we could just as easily operate through the crown. In the above verse, along with wisdom and purity, we also find the description of 2-edged sword. Metaphysically, it represents the word of absolute truth. It is an indication that after the shift is complete, the strong bond of such truth will dominate our method of communication. Before we arrive at this level of dedication, we must first travel the path of illusions, and we have done so for millennia. Many of us are already on this dimly lit, foggy road of illusions. We have followed its course so that we can truly comprehend what illusions really are and what is genuine in life. One may find this hard to believe, but if we were to think about it, how would we know it? How would we know it is daytime if we never saw nighttime? How would we know the difference between a clear and a cloudy day? We learn through the law of opposites. The path of illusion would be no different. It allows us to choose, but the choice is not without consequences. As the Master often reminded us, we will be held accountable for what we say and do, and in many ways, we already are. The accounting portion will make the shift an interesting one for most of us. Perhaps we should remember that the Master meant, perhaps we should remember what the Master meant when he said, "One jot or one title shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled." Matthew 5, verse 18. What we externalize will be sharper for us after the shift to higher form, for it will be only the truth of what we have nurtured within our hearts. It will no longer be hidden from view. Our family and friends will know our motives in all things, no matter what we do. Deception will not be the ordinary form of expression. We will struggle with the truth, as we should, for the lie will be exposed if we deviate from that path. Do we not have these struggles now? Revelation 1 verse 20 gives us a condensed explanation of the symbols. As for the mysteries of the 7 stars, which you saw in my right hand, and the 7 golden lampstands, the 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches, and the 7 lampstands, candlesticks, are the 7 churches. The angels are the key to the concept of the new knowledge yet to be attained, the spiritual truths that will be revealed to us as we awaken. They are a kind of form of thinking and represent the understanding of higher wisdom about life and humankind. In the book of Matthew, we compared each of the energy centers to the symbol of yin and yang. One side of the symbol is light and the other is dark. We could simply state that the 7 angels are the light, spiritual, pure side of these centers. We will receive through them an untainted level of understanding. This knowledge will come from the psychophysical shift that is ready to take place. It will partially consist of facts about our physical world, but it will be mostly about the unseen that we have ignored or denied for so long. The angels also infuse us with higher levels of energy. It is not within us yet. It will come into play as we journey through revelation. We hope that this spiritual trek will awaken us to the higher aspects of self, to true life and our vibrating energy centers, all within the energetic realm that is the spiritual key to life and living. Each center, chakra, church, has a different usage of energy for an association with our material world and for attaining higher aspects of life. These would be discovered if we were to make this journey of the soul as we do. We would view life from many different sides of truth. You may have noted in the above verse that the stars were being held out specifically in the right hand. It happens to be the hand that works with the left brain functions, or the logic side of life, in most instances, we use that side of the brain because we are much more accustomed to the lower comprehension patterns, ignoring the potency of the other side. In other words, we seek material explanations for energetic creation, and the answers are obviously sketchy at best, simply because, from this limited perspective, they are not complete. We have used the same approach even for biblical explanations, and that simply does not work. The Bible subtly implies in this metaphor that our creative or higher functions emanate from the right brain, as we discussed in 4 Gospels. In seeking a better spiritual life, the logic side will be raised to a higher level of feelings and thoughts with which we can work, coordinating with the right side of the brain for the formation of a balanced mind. It is also interesting to know that in most books of the Bible, we find mention of the right hand or side of God and of Jesus as well. As a simple example, we read in Isaiah 41 verse 10, "I will strengthen you surely, I will help you surely, I will uphold you with my righteous, truthful right hand." The stars being held out in the right hand of John's vision reflect the thoughts and faculties of a whole unified mind. It also explains the halo or aura surrounding the head of the master. Einstein once said himself that he used only 10% of his full mental capabilities. Imagine the percentage that the rest of us use. The transfiguration that many of us will experience during and after this global shift will bring us the opportunity to exercise more of our brain functions were we to so choose. We will become more sensitive because we will interact more fully with all of life. Imagine being able to use 100% of the mental capabilities at our disposal. At some point in our future, we will have the opportunity to evolve into this state, and we can assist this process now, at any time we feel ready. It will be an easier transition if we understand the full implications of the metaphysics offered in this book. I stopped at page 578, A Metaphysical Interpretation of the Bible by Stephen L. Harefield, PhD. This was just, I'm kind of mind blown a little bit. I mean, it is not a coincidence at all that we are starting, and I think it's still not midnight. It's still not midnight. So we are starting tomorrow on the Earth Star Chakra, the first podcast of the 9-day spiritual chakra cleanse from Master Vibration 13. And private study of yourself. It's a private group that is doing this. And for this page to come up in this time, like, I fully understand why you led me to this, and thank you so much. Ache. I am so and ache to Neo. This is the 3rd day of since Neo left. His energy transformed, and it's so symbolic. And I'll definitely talk more about that tomorrow. But it's a powerful and exciting time, and for this book to confirm it is just amazing. So this book, you are able to, you can get it online. If you are part of Master Vibration 13 private study of yourself, you're able to get it inside there, and you can just follow along and just open up a page randomly and see what infinite intelligence has to offer you. Man, this was amazing, fantastic. I love, love, love this moment, this time, this now, because it is now time, y'all. Now is the time. Ache, ache, ache. Hasta la próxima. Adiós.